Hi everyone, if you're a parent or a guardian, this video is for you. We just want to discuss why is it nowadays there's no longer that close bond between parents or guardians and their children. There's no longer that attachment, there's no longer that close bond that must be there between the parents and the children. So one of the reasons that I've found is that especially in most African countries, economic hardship has forced so many parents to move to the diasporas looking for greener pastures. And in doing so, they are leaving their children with their relatives to look after them. So when these parents move to the diaspora, they are leaving the children behind. Already there's a gap between the mother and the child, or the father and the child. And as those parents are out there, they are trying to make ends meet. Maybe because of the busy schedules that they face at work, they don't have time to keep in touch with their parents. And in that way, the bond is broken between the parents and the children. The children will just be doing their own things. If they found difficulties, they have no one to share with whatever that is happening in their lives. So as parents, if you're a parent or a guardian, maybe you've left your children in the hands of the relatives that you trust, it's important to keep in touch with your children. Try as much as possible. Video call your children, send them voice notes, send them message, ask them, try by all means to keep in touch with your children. Ask them how they are doing, if they are facing any challenges, how is life going as they are there. Because sometimes, yes, you will leave these children with the relatives that you trust, but some of those children, they are being abused by the people that we trust, by the people that we love. They're being abused. And because we as parents, we are not keeping touch with our children, we'll be left in the dark. No one will tell you that your child is being abused in this way and this way. Then at the end of the day, you end up finding out that your child is now misbehaving in a certain way that you don't understand. So as parents, it is important to keep in touch with our children. Let's try as much as possible to keep in touch with our children so that we know what is happening in their lives. Let's keep in touch with our children. Another thing that is causing this detachment is that um, the laws nowadays, there are laws that are protecting the children, the rights of the children, and even the children, when they're at school, they're being taught about their rights. So with those overprotective laws, it's now difficult for us as parents to mold our children or to discipline our children in the way that we want. Because sometimes we are even hesitant as parents to discipline your child because we are afraid that maybe if for instance, if I beat my child, maybe the child is going to report me, or the neighbor is watching and is going to call the police and report that this parent is beating the child, is abusing the child. So with these overprotecting laws, it's now difficult for us as parents to discipline our children, or to give strict orders to our children, because we're afraid that maybe the child may report us or do something else. So it is important as parents or guardians that we keep in touch with our children. By keeping in touch with our children, either you're living with them or they are far away, try as much as possible to keep in touch with your children. Ask them how they are doing, how they spend their days, so that they are more closer to us. They trust us more than the law out there. So that even when you say, my child, if you do something wrong and I beat you, I'm not abusing you, but I'm trying to correct you so that you don't repeat the same mistake, the children will listen to us. So let's try as much as possible to love our children, so that our children are more inclined to us other than the law out there. Then another thing which is causing this detachment is because these children that we are raising, remember, they are growing and they are not obligated to attach themselves to parents whose actions are detrimental to their emotional and psychological well-being. So as parents, we need to be careful. There are certain things that we do as parents that we know that these things are not right, these things are wrong. You know, the bad things that can be done by parents. Maybe, yes, as parents we have failed, and in trying to make ends meet, we were just doing those nefarious activities. We are just doing those activities that are not right. For instance, I can just give an example of a sex worker. You are a parent, you are a sex worker. Yes, you are trying to support your children. Yes, you are trying to bring food on the table for your children. But If you are into anything that is bad, maybe you're into drugs, you're a sex worker, or any other bad things, let's try as much as possible not to expose our children to those things. If you're a parent, if you're a guardian, and you are into those things, please, let's respect our children. If you respect our children, they will also respect us. If you don't respect your children and you just do those things in the eyes of your children, the children, you are turning away your children from you. The children will not respect you. So let's respect our children. Let's not expose them to such kind of things. Let's not expose them to such kind of things, so that they they are close to us. Because imagine, maybe we are bringing maybe 5 or 6 boyfriends a day at home, and the child is watching. And maybe when that child reached that teenage, is now a teenager, he or she, then you want to sit down and try to tell your children, my child, you shouldn't do this. When you are dating, you mustn't do this and this. That child will answer back to you and say, mommy or dad, you bring so many boyfriends, you bring so many girlfriends. Why is it you now want to stop me from doing these things? And at the end of the day, you become angry as a parent. How my child doesn't respect me. He talks back when I'm trying to tell him what is right and wrong. But you are forgetting that it's you who was exposing your child to those things. So in as much as we are doing those things, let's not expose our children to such kind of things. Then another thing that is causing these detachments nowadays is because of maybe there's pressure from school. They have extra work at school. So when the children came back from school, they're just busy. They want to do the homework. They want to complete the task. So the time which we can spend as mother and child, or father and child, or as a family, is being limited. But in as much as they are doing their homework and stuff, just find time, even 30 minutes before you go to bed. Sit with your family, talk with your family, share with your family your experience, your challenges, everything. When you do that, it brings the family close together. It brings your children closer to you, so that even when they are facing something, they can open up and tell you, you know what, mommy, as I was at school today, someone was saying I must join a group where they're into drugs. You can talk to your children and you tell them the disadvantages and advantages of doing such kind of things. So as parents, let's try as much as possible to find time with our children. Yes, the world is evolving, there's modernization, so maybe the way we are disciplining our children now has changed. But as parents, you need to constantly keep in touch with your children. Yes, there's technological advancement that maybe when you're at home, everyone is busy on his or her phone. Maybe someone is on WhatsApp, someone is on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, so that at the end of the day, no one is talking to each other in the room. Yes, we are there, but no one is talking to each other. Everyone is busy on his laptop or on his phone. So such kind of things, such kind of lifestyle, yes, and it's good to some extent, but it kills the communication. It breaks the communication, because you need to communicate. You are the mother, you are the parent, you are the guardian. You need to know what is happening in your children's life. You need to know what challenges are they facing, the successes, why the achievements that they have attained. You need to know everything that is happening in your child. There's nothing that is heartbreaking to know that your child has been into drugs for a year and now he's now an addict. All that is left is maybe for the child to go to rehab. But you could have controlled some of those things when they have started, if you were in touch with your children, if you were communicating with your child. Because some of these kids, they are still young. Due to peer pressure, they are forced to do things that they are not willingly to do on their own. They are forced to join some gangsters, so some groups of friends who are into drugs, or who are into those are the kind of bad things that teenagers can do. But if you keep in touch with your children, if you constantly communicate with your children, they can tell you, mommy, you know what, when I was school, my friend was saying I must do this and this and this. Then you can correct your child while it's still early. So let's try as much as possible to keep in touch with our children as parents. It is important. Then another thing, as parents, when we are disciplining our children, when we are molding our children generally, make sure you do it in such a way that your children will respect you. Don't do things that makes your own children afraid of you. If you are a parent or a guardian and you see that your children are afraid of you, that's wrong parenting. That's wrong parenting. Your children must never ever be afraid of you, but they must respect you. So how do you make your children respect you? As we are trying to discipline them, as we are trying to correct them, let's do it in love. Yes, even if you are beating, you will know, as a parent, you know there's a limit even when you are beating your child. There's such kind of beating that you are like you want to kill the child. Maybe the child did something wrong. Yes, he just break the TV. Then you beat the child like you actually want to kill the child so that the child will spend even a month with wounds he can't do because he just broke something. Parents, it is important that the way we discipline our children, let's do it in love so that our children are not afraid of us. Once you instill fear in your children, they will never ever share anything with you. If they are being abused, be it at school, emotionally, be it sexually, be it verbally, they won't be able to come and tell you that, mommy, someone is harassing me at school, someone is abusing me sexually, someone is abusing me emotionally, because they are already afraid of you. So parents, let's make sure that our children respect us. They mustn't be afraid of us. We are the first people that they must trust. Whenever they achieve something that is good, we are the first people that they must think of. Say, I'm going to tell my mommy this, I'm going to tell my dad this good news. Whenever they face challenge, we are the very same people that they must think of, that I have to go and talk to my mom so that she can help me, so that she can tell me, so that she can advise me on which decision to take. Let's make sure that our children respect us. They mustn't be afraid of us as parents. Huh? Imagine a child is being honest to you, mommy. You know, when you were not here, I just took your necklace. I was trying it, and in doing so, I broke your mirror. The child is telling you you didn't ask it. Then you start beating the child like, huh? Let's correct our children in a way that that is I don't know, in a way that they love us. Hmm? Let's do it in a way which is full of love. Let's do it in a way that will make our children love us, make our children trust us, so that even when you are correct them, when you are disciplining them, they will know and understanding that when my mommy or my dad is doing this, they are doing it for my good. They are not restricting me. No, they are not taking advantage of me that I'm a child, but they are trying to bring the best out of me. Another thing that is causing this detachment is because of, maybe we are neglecting our children as parents, because we are working. Yes, you go to work early in the morning, you leave the child to prepare himself or yourself for school. When the child is back home, the child is alone, and you don't know what the child will be doing, and that child is alone. Maybe, yes, we might say, I'll leave the TV and the phone. He or she will just be watching movies and TikToks. But nowadays, even the cartoons, there are other cartoons which are not right for children. So you don't know what your children is watching when they are alone. You don't know who your children is talking to when they are alone. You don't know the conversation or the people who are trying to engage with your child when you are away. So in that way, we need to be careful as parents. In as much as we want to work for the children, let us be careful that as we are trying to work for these children and neglecting them, someone is coming through the back door to destroy the children whom we are trying to build a foundation for. Someone might be trying to destroy them. So let's make sure we keep in touch with our children. Let's love our children. Let's communicate with our children. As parents, even if you have a busy schedule throughout the week, find time. Just, even going out with your family to the park, you just sit, you start talking, laughing, reminiscing of what the past and other things. It's good. That alone is good, and it's health. It's good for your children. Your children can open up to you. Even when you are at home, maybe you are at home Just say, my child, come, let's prepare this meal together. You just choose your favorite dish for your children. Let me help you to prepare it. When you are preparing this, you do this and this. And in doing that, you are bringing your children close to you. You are bringing your children close to you so that they open up to you. You, as a parent, as a guardian, you must be the first person your child think of whenever they are happy, whenever they are sad. It's good and it's healthy. So as parents out there, let's love our children. Let's respect our children. And as we discipline our children, let's do it in love so that they will not think that, better go and report my mother. My mother is now abusing me.